What's up, guys? Back with another one. I'm Ryan, my man George.
What's up, guys? How you living out there?
Lost in Vegas, coming back at you with another unbiased, real reaction.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our free thinkers. Yeah, let's get right into it. I don't want to take too much time talking. You know what I mean? You guys already know all the bars. All the bars have been broken down. Everybody knows what was said. We'll still give our feedback on it and what we think. But let's get into it. Drake, Duppy.
I'm in shock. The nerve, the audacity.
Spoken like a true kingpin, right?
It's so true, Ryan.
Yeah,
It's a
spoken
good point, man.
like a true kingpin, right?
I love that. Because when you're at the top, that's an advantage. It's almost like having a vantage point, right?
Yeah.
When you got guns and you're trying to shoot somebody and they're below you, they're at a lower level, and they're trying to shoot up at you, you're at an advantage, right?
Absolutely.
It's easier for you to hit them before they can hit you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like he's the king. He's at that vantage point. Use that as to your advantage. This is a battle, man. Use that big boy talk. I like it.
Yeah, man.
The nerve, the audacity.
Exactly.
Then he size.
So if you rebuke me for working with someone else on a couple of V's, what do you really think of the nigga that's making your beats?
Yeah.
Pop style for 30 hours, then let him repeat.
All right.
You know what I love about this, though?
Rick
He
Reed.
touched it immediately.
Yep.
He's like, okay, you want to talk about ghostwriting on a couple songs? Let's talk about it.
Yep. And let's talk about how fast he responded.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. You're right. He didn't waste a lot of time. And you know what? I like that.
Yep, exactly, man. So let's get into it. So if you rebuke me for working with someone else on a couple of V's versus,
yeah.
what do you really think of the nigga that's making your beats? He's saying, how the fuck can you come at me when your boss,
Yeah.
the dude that writes your checks, your big homie, you know what I'm saying, who you're older than, which he's gonna talk about. Your big homie, you know what I'm saying, he has ghostwriters. And he's openly admitted that he has ghostwriters. So how can you come at me about that, right? He says, father had to stretch his hands out and get it from me.
Yeah, dude.
He said, I pop style for 30 hours, then let him repeat. So father stretches his hands 30 hours. These are all songs that was on Pablo, Life of Pablo, cut by Kanye West. So he's referencing the songs that he did, but he's saying, I pop style, I wrote for him for 30 hours, and I let him repeat. I think this is a dope line, right?
Yeah.
Is this line really hurting Pusha, though, is what I'm looking at. Does it really hurt Pusha T? Is it a punch that hurts? Because when we listen to Pusha's Infrared, these lines hurt Drake.
It's directly at Drake.
Directly at Drake. Like, and they're hard and they're very well written. They're clever. This is a great line. I'm just trying to figure out, is it effective against Pusha? And what I mean by that is, I look at Kanye West as a dope producer. I look at him as a great artist.
Yeah.
He's a creative mind, right? Whether it be in fashion, whether it be in music, he just has interesting ideas.
Yeah.
You know, and when you say, well, you're looking at me like, how can you judge me when I'm writing for this other dude? But you know what? I'm not really considering Kanye West an MC like that. Drake is supposed to be an MC, right? That's what he said. He wants to be the best, the best lyricist. He's trying to be number one. He's always talking about how he's the illest in the game.
Yeah.
Well, if you're the illest in the game, people expect you to write your own shit.
And you open yourself up to scrutiny.
You open yourself up to scrutiny. So is it a false equivalence there? I think so. I think so, because no one's really looking at Kanye, at least I'm not, as like the MC dude. When soon as Kanye came out and said, yeah, I let Ryan, this person wrote for me and this and that, cool. Then, I'm not looking at you as an MC at that point.
And it didn't get exposed.
It didn't get exposed.
He brought it to everyone's attention because he knows what it is.
Yeah, and I'm going to go off on a tangent here and just talk about a few things. Dr. Dre. I don't care if Dr. Dre has someone else writing for him. Dr. Dre is an incredible producer. Beyonce. No one cares if people write for Beyonce, because guess what? If I tell Beyonce to sing right now and sing a cappella, she can sing. That's her talent.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre's talent is in producing.
Exactly.
Puff Daddy, I don't care. Puff Daddy's talent is being a hustler, a promotional, a promoter, A&R, just an overall.
That's true. He's a business
as
guy.
a director. He's a businessman. That's Puff Daddy's talent. But when you are a rapper, right, you're an MC, you continue trying to be number one, I expect you to write your shit.
You're right.
Because I think this kind of gets confused because people always bring up Dr. Dre and say, no, Dr. Dre's a producer. That's what he does. We don't care if people write for him because we understand his talent. But if you're a rapper that doesn't write his or her rhymes, write your rhymes, where is your talent?
Yeah, you're right.
That's why this ghostwriting thing is such a big deal, because we need to know that you have talent. Are you somebody that we can just put here, make a track for, because the Quentin Miller shit, track, copy and paste.
Yep.
He just made this track. Drake copied the shit. Maybe a verse and Drake did the other verse, but still a whole verse on a couple of songs. That's a big deal.
Big deal.
Now, with that being said, I still think Drake writes the majority of his raps. I think Drake is an MC, but I think that he made a big mistake by doing that. Did he need to do that? I don't think he needed to do that. He did it because he was just like, I'm just collaborating. I want to, you know, get some vibes, some different vibes in here. But
Or
it doesn't
new
matter.
ideas or whatever.
New ideas.
Yeah.
But in hip hop, it's a no go.
Yeah.
You can't do that in hip hop. Sorry. You broke a hip hop commandment. If you were a rapper, we expect you to write your rhymes. So what happens is Pusha T comes at him with your rhyme writing. He's not denying it. He says, so how can you talk about me when your boss is doing it? So you're saying you let somebody write your rhymes because Drake hasn't necessarily fully admitted it.
Right.
But it makes Pusha T shit more effective because he's touching on a big deal, right? Drake can't refute that. That's a fact.
You're right. It's kind of like if you're in a court case and you admit that you killed somebody,
right?
You're gonna get crucified.
Right. But he killed 3 other people.
Yeah.
You still killed somebody.
Exactly.
And on top of that, Kanye West, a lot of the hip hop heads, the dudes that really are on the shit, that really study hip hop, don't look at Kanye as an MC either. So, but we're supposed to be looking at you as an MC. So I don't think that's a dope ass line. It's very well written. I just don't think it was effective, though.
Right. I think it was more of a flex.
Yep.
As opposed to a hard hitting punch. To your point.
So that's what I'm paying attention to throughout this. Is I want to see them hard hitting punches against Pusha. So we'll see.
Now you popping up with the jokes, I'm dead, I'm asleep. Just left from over by y'all putting pen to the sheets. Tired of sitting quiet and helping my enemies.
That's hard. It's all tired of sitting quiet and helping my enemies eat. Yeah.
Dude, that's hot. And the reason why that's effective is by helping my enemies eat. Now we're talking about something, right? Because by him helping Kanye eat, he's helping Pusha eat.
Correct.
Right? It's by him helping Kanye write his shit. He's helping the good music label, helping them thrive, right? And Pusha is benefiting from that. So I think that's still an effective punch right
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man.
That's hot.
Keep getting temperature checks, they know that my head overheats. Don't know why the fuck you niggas listen to Dead on Steve. Must have had your infrared wrong, now your head in a beam.
That was hard. He just referenced this whole song and shit. You must have had your infrared wrong.
But your infrared wrong, right? But your infrared wrong. Now you're head in the beam. Now you're in the infrared, right?
Exactly.
Your infrared beam. That was hard.
Yeah, it was.
And that was effective. Yeah, because Pusha T, the reason why this is so effective is Pusha T brought that up in infrared, right? I believe he said something about Shazam numbers, right? And he mentioned the Steve dude, I believe, in infrared. And he said you must have had your info wrong. So that was a direct sort of flip on what he was saying.
Yeah.
And now, because you had your info wrong, now you're in trouble.
Now you're in the infrared.
Now you in the infrared.
You're in the
now
cross
your
beams
head's in
and
the
shit.
beam, right? Talking that slick shit. So that was that was effective.
Yeah, dude.
I like that.
Y'all are the spitting image of whatever jealousy breeds. Don't push me when I'm in album mode. You're not even top 5 as far as your label talent goes. You send shots, well I gotta challenge those.
Drake is nice, man.
He's getting it in.
But I'm gonna take this time to say, remember when, and this is documented on this channel, when I said Drake can rap.
Yes.
When we said Drake is nice. Mm-hmm. Well, I was like, isn't it popular? It's popular now for the internet to hate Drake and think he can't rap. So now look what's happening, right? Now everybody want to jump on to Drake. We've been saying it.
That's true.
Drake can rap. Don't let the fact that somebody wrote for him at one point make you think that this man can't rap.
Exactly.
And and I think the people that say the whole writing thing, y'all know he writes his shit, man. Y'all know he does, but y'all using that. Right, and you saw a chink in the armor, and now you're milking that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Not to say that he doesn't deserve that. That's just gonna follow him around for the rest of his career. That that's his Chris Brown situation.
Yeah.
Like, no disrespect to Chris Brown, we love you, Chris Brown. Still, that's gonna follow him around for the rest of his career because it was that much of a violation in hip hop, right?
Yeah. What he say? Y'all are the spitting image of what jealousy breeds.
Yep.
Dude, that is crazy. It's a different level of how you're rapping.
Yes.
It really is, man. And you're immersed in the shit. You really are. You're like, whoa! You know how motherfuckers gas you up and shit? Don't get me on the tangent. I'm trying not to get on the tangent.
Yeah.
But like when you was back in the playground and like, somebody say something that wasn't really that disrespectful, but your boys was like, oh man, you hear what he called you? Oh my, you gonna let that slide?
Yeah.
You gonna let that? Oh man, yeah.
It's the way he's delivering it.
Right.
It's his delivery. It's set up, punch. Right. You understand. You hear the punch coming.
Yep.
Right. Father had to stretch out his hands and get it from me. Right. Kanye had to stretch out his hands to get it from Drake. Right. Mm-hmm. Tired of sitting quiet and helping my enemies eat.
Yep.
It's set up, punch. Right. Yep. It's setting you up and hitting you with a punch. Keep getting temperature checks. They know that my head overheats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hard,
I'm a hothead.
Yep.
And you keep trying me. You keep trying my patience. You know what I mean? Trying to check my temperature to see where I'm at. You know I'm emotional. I take it there. Right. I'm a hothead.
Yep.
But he's giving you a battle rap type of display.
Yep.
He listens to battle rap. Drake was on the Smack URL stage for a battle. Like he pays attention when we say Drake's a student of the game, he's a student of every aspect of the game.
Yep.
Which is reason why Drake is nice, man. He's very strategic and he knows rap. Don't push me when I'm in album mode. You're not even top 5 as far as your label talent goes.
Yeah, dude.
You send shots, well, I gotta challenge those. But I bring Calicos to the Alamo. Yeah, that was hard.
Yep.
Oh, that was hard. The reason why I feel like the top 5 as far as your label talent goes is effective is because it's a debate.
Yeah, it is.
Because who does good music have on their label? Kanye, Common,
Yep.
Big Sean, right? Sci-Hi the Prince, Pusha T, Tiana Taylor, right? So they got some talent.
Yeah.
Good music is known to have good talent, but it's relevant though.
Right.
I feel like it's
worth the conversation.
It's worth the conversation,
Absolutely.
which makes that effective to me. You know what I'm saying? Fire. Let's keep it going.
I think it's good and now the teachers are learning. Yeah. Your brother said it was your cousin and him and you. So you don't rap what you did, you just rap what you knew. Don't be ashamed, there's plenty niggas that do what you do. There's no malice in your heart, you an approachable dude. Man, you might have sold a
It's good now that the teachers are learning, right? Like the teachers are learning from me, right? So a shout out on Kanye. He's been kind of going at Kanye this whole time a little bit, you know?
Yeah, but it's interesting though that he's kind of coming at Kanye. He wrote for Kanye, but Quentin Miller wrote for him. So
Right.
I don't know how you could come at Kanye for you writing for him, right? When Quentin Miller wrote for you.
Exactly.
So it's an interesting. Am I tripping?
Yes, you're right.
Am I tripping? It's like he's using him writing for Kanye as like an angle to kind of get at Kanye, right? Because he said, I'm tired of sitting quiet watching my enemies eat. His enemies, Kanye, good music, he's looking at them
Right.
as enemies now. But the angle he's using to kind of shit on him, his father had to stretch his arms out and get it from me. He's kind of taking shots at Kanye, but you had to stretch your arms out for Quentin Miller though, right?
Correct.
To get it from him. So he's kind of hurting himself a little bit by saying slick shit about Kanye, in my opinion. That's just what, don't kill me.
Right.
I just think it's dope. The writing is dope.
Yep, I
And he's
agree with
kind of hitting himself by saying that.
Go ahead, Maestro.
No. He just he said your brother said it was your cousin, then him, then you. So you don't rap what you did, you just rap what you knew. Don't be ashamed. There's plenty of niggas that do what you do. There's no malice in your heart. You're an approachable dude.
Yeah.
That was fire. So there's no malice. Malice is Pusha T's brother from the group Clips, right? So there's no malice in your heart. Your malice meaning you're not.
Right.
There's no evil in your heart. There's
Correct.
no hardness in your heart. You're an approachable dude. It's okay. You're a nice guy. You don't have to be this big time drug dealer. It's okay to be cool. It's okay to be a good guy. Is what he's saying. I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit when he said, "Man, you might have sold to college kids for Nikes and Mercedes." You know what I mean? But you act like you sold drugs for Escobar in the '80s. So you're acting like you were this big time drug dealer, kind of like what he was alluding to in Two Birds with One Stone. But really, you were like a nickel and dime type of dude, is what he's saying.
The malice in your heart, though,
was fire. That play on
crazy. Yeah, because Malice was in the street.
Yep.
He was that dude.
Yep.
He's also, how much malice in your heart is there? Because there isn't.
That's right.
So it's dope, man.
You're not your brother.
Right.
You're not your brother.
Exactly.
There's no malice in your heart, but there's no malice. You're not this thugged out, tough, hardcore drug dealer either. But there's no malice in your heart. You're not your brother. So
right, and you're letting someone else gas you up.
Right.
Someone else, as in Kanye, gas you up and get you in a fight that you're not gonna win.
Right.
Is what I'm getting from that.
And you're an approachable dude. You're a nice guy, man. Stop trying to be something you're not.
Right.
That's what he's saying. So hard.
I had a microphone of yours, but then the signature faded. I think that pretty much resembles what's been happening lately. Please believe your demise will be televised. Yeah. And as for Q, man, I changed his life a couple times. Nigga was at Kroger working double time. Y'all acting like he made the boy when I was trying to help the guy. Yeah.
That's hot. He said, I had a microphone of yours, but then the signature faded. I think that pretty much resembles what's been happening lately. Your career is fading.
Yes,
is what he's saying. But he had a signature of Cliff. And I believe it was a video I saw of Drake that really, he was saying how the rappers that inspired him. This is before Drake really got on like that. And I believe Clips was in the CDs that he had and all that other stuff. So he did look up the Clips. But he's saying, you're a has-been. Your career is on its deathbed. Whether or not I believe that, and everyone's not going to be Drake. But that doesn't mean that your career is over. And as far as the mainstream is concerned, I don't expect people that casually listen to hip-hop to know who Pusha T is. But if you listen to hip-hop, Pusha T's still relevant. You know what I mean? So I thought that was well written. I just don't know if that was effective to me. Because I feel like Pusha T still makes music that people care about. Enough people care about. You know what I mean? Not crazy, but enough people care about it. Just like Daytona. His album track. Daytona's a fire album, by the way. I heard that. So, good line, though. Good line, nonetheless.
Yeah, man.
whoever's supposedly making me hits, but ain't got no hits, sound like they need me. My hooks did it, my lyrics did it, my spirit did it, I'm fearless with it. Yeah.
You know, so let's talk about it. And as for Q, man, I changed his life a couple times. Quentin Miller.
Yep.
Nigga was at Kroger working double time. Y'all acted like he made the boy when I was trying to help the guy. That was hard. I get it. It wasn't really at Pusha T. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't effective. He's trying to say...
I think that hurts Quentin Miller more than anything.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Quentin Miller and Drake's relationship is right now.
Right.
But that seems like a shock. He was saying that Quentin Miller was working at a grocery store.
Kroger, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When he met them, when he met him. So he teamed up with him, you know, and they created the mixtape or whatever, that, you know, and the reference tracks and all that other stuff. So I was helping him more than he was helping me. And what Drake is saying is that he didn't make me. I've been doing this for years before Quentin Miller ever came on the scene. You know what I'm saying? So I get that, and he's trying to justify the whole situation. It seems like he's trying to sort of cancel the attack that Pusha hit him with the ghostwriting, right? The question is this doing it?
Yeah.
Is this effective in stopping what Pusha T was saying about Drake? And we'll talk about it at the end.
Yeah, man. And real quick, I just want to touch on this, man. Right after that Quentin Miller scheme right there, he said, yeah, who gassed you to play with me? Man, you make this shit as easy as ABCs. And that's what I've been saying the whole video, man. I think what he's saying is your body is writing a check that your ass can't cash. You know what I mean? I mean, you're putting yourself, people are gassing you up or giving you confidence to come at someone that's bigger than you is what I think he's saying.
Yeah.
There, you know what I mean?
Yeah, to your point, man, it's hard to win a war against Drake, right? Even if somehow Pusha T comes back, claps back at this with something crazy, and he lyrically gets Drake, people like me and Ryan, you know, will be able to appreciate that, but the general
masses,
public, I don't think so. And Drake plays everything's strategic. He sent the invoice. Y'all know about the invoice at this point. He sent the invoice to Kanye West because he's saying this is helping push his career, and I think that's coming up here to end it.
Right.
What he's doing is helping push his career, so he sent an invoice to Kanye West saying, yeah, $100,000
exactly
for helping your boy.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's all strategy, right? That all plays into people's perception of who is winning. You know, so it's a tough war for Pusha to win, even if he wins lyrically. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, and then he flipped the whole my hooks did it, my lyrics did it, my spirit did
exactly.
it.
Yep, he did.
So then he flipped Pusha's Jay-Z flip, right? He flipped Pusha's flip of Jay-Z's flip by saying, yeah, my hooks did do it. My lyrics did do it. All these things that you're trying to say were sort of caricatures of a real rapper. Nah, man, the real shit did do it. You know what I mean? So that's not an insult to me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's hard.
I really shouldn't have given you none of my time, cause you older than a nigga you running behind. Look, holla at me when you multi-million. I told you keep playing with my name and I'ma let it ring on you like Virginia Williams.
Yeah, that was hard. Virginia Williams is Pusha T's wife or fiance, right? So I'm gonna let it ring on you like she has a ring. Pusha T's ring, but I'm gonna let it ring on you, the sound of a gun when it rings when he shoots it, like Virginia Williams. So going back up here, I wanted to touch on this last line, because I thought this was a slick line that we kind of skipped over. Whoever supposedly making me hits, but then got no hits, sound like they need me.
Yeah.
So that was hard. So y'all saying Quentin Miller's the maestro behind my career, the success of my career, right? He's such a big deal. I need him so much. Well, where's his career?
Yeah, where's his career at?
You know what I mean? But he's, so that was, I think, a slick line. Again, trying to let people know that, dude, I was here before Quentin. I'm going to be here after Quentin. That doesn't define me or define my career. You know what I mean? Is what he's saying. So.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be a cool summer for you. I told Weezy and baby I'ma done them for you. Tell Ye we got an invoice coming to you. Considering that we just sold another 20 for you.
And then he sent the invoice to Kanye.
Yeah.
The fake invoice or whatever. Yeah, man. What you think, Ryan?
You know what? I liked it, man. If I gotta choose one, man, I think Drake got him easily, man. Because just with the bars and the big boy talk, he's talking like he's a tycoon, man. Like you're throwing you're throwing stones at the crown, man. You know what I mean? I'm so much more, I'm just so much more talented at this game than you are. You know, he said it a couple times, and they're like, dude, man, don't let people gas you up. You letting who's gassing you up? You know, this is not even what you do. You have no malice in your heart, you know? And you're trying to put yourself in a position that you're putting yourself in a war that you're gonna lose. And knowing Drake like I know him, I think he's gonna hit him with another one, man. I think the tattletale sales is right here. This is gonna be a cruel summer for you, boy.
My thing about this is, why are you coming at Drake with anything less than a full
onslaught. Yeah,
you need to have a full clip ready for Drake. I'm gonna let you finish, but I just wanted to touch
No. That's pretty much it, man. I mean, I could really fucking nitpick if I wanted to, but we're talking about what was said, how he said it, how he delivered it, how has he done it, for how long he's done it. Fuck out of here.
Good
You know
shit.
what I'm saying? I mean, what can you say, man? Not that I didn't like Pusha, though. I did like Pusha shit, and I'm still going to revisit Pusha's whole album because I heard that that's already like fucking album of the year or some shit.
Daytona's fire.
Yeah, so I'm gonna listen to the whole album and kind of see what my thoughts is on that. And that's all I have to say about that.
Okay. Look, man. Before I give my verdict on who I think is winning this and all this other stuff, I do want to touch on one thing that I'm seeing on the internet, and it's almost like, and it's coming from a lot of Drake fans. And just so you guys know, look at our diplomatic community reaction. We've said nothing but great things about Drake on this channel. So, you know, man, this is not hating. But I want to address a few things. People keep saying, when anyone brings up the whole ghostwriting thing, people are like, well, Quentin Miller was credited as a writer. He was credited, so it wasn't technically a ghostwriter. Guys, you know what we mean. You know what we mean. Do you guys know that what a writing credit is? A writing credit can be anything from a fucking ad lib, like, hey, say it like this. Yeah. A line here, a line there, someone writing a chorus. A writer's credit, there's a wide range of what that could be.
That's true.
No one knew that Drake was taking a reference track and rapping the exact same way, same cadence, same flow, and same lyrics, and then making a song out of it. So we got to stop with that whole Quentin Miller, us diminishing the ghostwriting thing like that wasn't a big deal. It is a big deal. And we don't want our artists, the people who we think are supposed to be the best, we want them to write their lyrics. Period. Yep. And I don't ever want hip hop to get to a point where we're not holding these artists accountable for that. If you're not writing your lyrics, that's fine. You're an entertainer. You're not an MC. You cannot be in a conversation for one of the best at what you do. How can you be the best if you're not writing your shit? You can't.
You can't.
We cannot diminish that. Drake, he used the ghostwriter as a fact. He's even admitting it in this song in so many words. Yep. We got to hold him accountable for that. Now, do I think Drake writes his rhymes? Yes. I do think that Drake writes his rhymes. I just think he made a bad decision. I think he made what I would consider a naive decision. I mean, he was trying to be cool and catch a vibe and collaborate and help somebody out. You can say whatever you want to say, but it was a mistake, right? This is going to follow him around for the rest of his career, and it's unfortunate because I feel like Drake was trending to be one of those dudes. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to have an asterisk by his name, from me at least, in my opinion, and by many people who are in the core of the hip-hop. Not the casual fans, not the fans that are just only Drake fans. Core hip-hop fans that are really about objectivity. If you look at this objectively, you're gonna penalize Drake for that, right? Yeah, I agree with you. Drake is like, what Drake did is kind of like LeBron choking against the Mavs.
Letting JJ Barea stop him. He always goes back to that.
It's like LeBron choking against the Mavs. You know what LeBron had to he had to do the impossible and come back from 3-1 against Golden State, one of the greatest fucking NBA teams of all time. Yeah. In order to kind of redeem himself. Yeah, you're right. So Drake is going to have to do a lot to redeem that smudge on his legacy. It is a smudge. Yeah, all right? It is what it is. So let's not ever diminish that, regardless if you're a Drake fan or not. Be objective. That was some weak shit. Period. Yep. With that being said, I thought Pusha T's shit was more scathing. I thought his blows hurt Drake more. I really do. Even with all the shit that Drake said, the ring on you like Virginia Williams, I thought that was good. I thought there's no malice in your heart, you're an approachable dude. I still think that that's not really based on anything real. I get it. Right? There's no malice in your heart. You're an approachable dude. You might have sold to college kids. You might have. We know that Drake had a ghostwriter. Yeah. We don't really know what was going on with Pusha T. And his brother did confirm that Pusha T was in the streets as well. So we don't know what level he's at. So you have assumptions based on a fact. Yep. That's the difference. That's what we're talking about. Yep. You know what I mean? He had his lines were nicer. Like overall, if we had line for line, who had just overall better lines? Drake had overall better lines. But did he have the better diss? Did his shit hit Pusha as hard? My opinion, no. Gotcha. But Drake had the better overall diss package. Does that make sense? Absolutely. But I think Pusha's diss hurt Drake more than what Drake said to Pusha hurt him. Does that make sense? Yep. And I think the war may be won by Drake because of the invoice and all the antics. Yep. But when we get down to the pen, facts versus assumptions. right? A lot of this stuff is facts versus assumptions.
Yep.
Fact. I don't care if Pusha was just talking about ghostwriting the entire time. That's still relevant, and it still hurts, and it still hits Drake hard because it's a fact.
Yep.
So that's my opinion.
Yeah,
And I think
like
Drake is dope. This is a dope ass. Who had the better overall diss joint? Overall package? Drake did. Who had the more hard hitting, scathing diss? Pusha T did, in my opinion.
Yep. I can agree with that.
Let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, man.
Let's see the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Las Vegas, George, Ryan. We out.